Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you guys are tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And of course, if you are a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. Guys, usually on Friday, we have about 700 to 1,000 views on the recaps into the weekend. So let's aim for 100 likes. I think we can do it. And before we jump into the recap, let's talk about what Marcelo and I have planned for this new month. Coming into May, we've been thinking about doing something exciting, something different, something fresh. And you guys know we are all about the community. So going into May, we have something called the MMU Manifest Your Future Challenge. For those of you who are, in your journey towards profitability, for those of you who have been trading for a while and still having a hard time, for those of you who are looking for something more and want to be a part of our trading course, for those of you who want to take the classes, go through the curriculum, and be more in tune with our inner circle of students, here is your chance. Win a free MMU Gold membership. Ladies and gentlemen, are you excited? Are you excited? All right, so again, MMU Manifest Your Future Challenge. Here are the requirements in order to participate. First, you must be a part of our free community, our free Discord community. If you're not familiar with Discord, that is a chat room service. Ours happen to be completely free. All right, so be sure to check the link out down below to join the Discord if you have not already. Second, you have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel here at Relentless Trader, and of course Marcelo's YouTube channel over at Mighty Stocks, right? Mighty Stocks on YouTube. Marcelo's channel will pop right up. Marcelo, of course, is my good friend and also business partner here at MMU. All right. Third, and this is where we thought about, hey, how can we weed out some of those traders who are not as serious versus the people who are really looking forward to doing something and becoming something. So third, you have to publish a 5-minute video on YouTube talking about, one, your trading journey, right? Two, why you should be picked, to be a part of the team, right? To be a part of the course for this free membership. And three, your future dreams and how you will achieve them. So give us a bit of a backstory on who you are, what you're looking to get done here in this market, and how you plan to achieve this success. Guys, this video must be 5 minutes, all right? So dial in. If you're on YouTube, if you don't have a YouTube account or Google account, create one now. Follow us on our social medias and get ready to go, all right? So title the video, MMU Manifesting My Future, #challenge, all right? And that way, Marcelo and I will check it out. We'll check you guys out. And, heading into the new month, we will be giving out one free membership for MMU Gold, of course, which is a yearly subscription. All right. So, and that will be full access, full access. All right. With that being said, let's jump into today's recap. Relentless Trader, when you left the live stream, you were red $438. How did you manage to go green? How did you manage to, turn it around like you did? And also, how aggressive were you, right? So, today's recap, I really want to talk about the importance of staying composed. As a day trader, whether it's crypto, Forex, stocks, options, commodities, futures, guys, all traders must be able to stay composed, cool, calm, collected when we are being slaughtered and seeing a lot of red trades, when we're not as accurate as we would want to be, and we're seeing red trades when we're caught in flushes going down, and the stocks shoot past our stop loss, and we take a lot of slippage in the trade. Guys, when we start the day red, and for myself, it seems like it's becoming a little, too frequent here, starting the day sometimes in the red. But, I always tell myself, and I'm very proud of myself, because last Friday, that when I ended red, I felt like I was compromised mentally from 9:32 a.m. For those of you who are not really in the stock market, the market opens at 9:30, and I usually would trade the first hour or two. And so imagine the second minute of the day of you going to work, you're out of it. And day trading is a performance based, career. And so what you put in, you will essentially get out, right? In this particular type of situation, right? Being sharp, being ready, being on time, all those type of things like that. And I was compromised mentally. I had a losing trade. FOMO got to me, and I was looking for a good entry. I didn't get the entry I wanted. The stock went without me, and I missed out on about $400 or $500. And for the rest of the day, I could not stop thinking about the money I should have made. That is not what you want to do. What you want to do is stay cool, calm, collected, and stay in the present, right? Remember that there are more opportunities coming. This is the market. Opportunities are plentiful. So we have to stay focused and stay patient and know that if stocks are strong, we will see more entries. And today, that's exactly what I did. I didn't let the losses get to me. I didn't let the missed opportunities and missed trades get to me, but I stayed locked in, and I'm very proud of that day over day, improvement. And this is why we have to let the discipline compound. I haven't said that in a while in the opening statements, but we have to let the discipline compound, because when the discipline, builds, is when we can really start to see more consistency. All right, let's talk a little bit about the technicals. So to start, we were red on stock SIEB down 474. And man, oh man, was this a tough one for me. I started watching this stock very early. Initially we had this area here, and I was watching for the first 1 minute candle to make the new high. So, we opened, I was looking for a nice surge and green candle to rip right here. We didn't quite get that, so I'm in, out, down $50. Okay, no big deal. It pulls back, right? It pulls back, and we can get our other time frames here in frame for that better view. Yeah, it pulls back, and I started watching, right after this big move up, and I'm like, hey, can we see a nice pullback? So I'm gonna buy this area here as it dips down into the previous high of day. You guys know I love taking these types of entries. In this case, it is not going to hold up well. The 1 minute candle to make the new low, to potentially double bottom, made a new low. And so I waited some more, tried the 5 minute pullback down here as well, and got obliterated on this big red candle. So I tried buying the pullback 3 times. One, can we see a quick flag right here, and then continuation, get a green candle like this eventually that, goes up some more. Same type of idea down here, but more so now, can we see a red to green? And third, can we see that 5 minute pullback hold up? So right here, can we see a red to green? That didn't happen. And then again, now on a 5 minute interval, can we see that bigger pullback? It doesn't happen. And I did, overlook one small thing, which was my 5 minute candlesticks at the time, which if we pay attention to bottom right, we had big red volume right here. So on the screen that I'm taking the trade, which is this screen right here, I can only see the 1 minute time frame. And this did throw me off. If I'd recognized that we were pulling back with such high volume, I would have been able to avoid the last trade, which I believe was about a $250 loser. Moving on. We had AGBA, which for the morning was the stock of the day. This one, some people might say, Relentless, this thing sold off so much. Why would you have this on your watch list? Well, whenever we have an exaggerated move, whether to the up or downside, a lot of the times there's often an imbalance left behind. And, when something drops from a very high place, a ball in particular, we get a small bounce. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. This stock went from $9 all the way down to $2. Talk about risk, guys. Day trading is risky. If you did not know, here I am telling you right now. This is a field you have to approach in a very slow, methodical way and treat it like any other profession. You know, the doctors, the lawyers, the CPAs, you have to go through a period of education, the learning curve, you know, a period of time where you're studying, educating yourself, and building experience. Do not come into the markets with big size without trading in a simulator or without trading with risk money first and proving consistent profitability. All right, because day trading is risky, and you could be in a stock like this at 9 or 8, and it's down there. You know, and we'll talk about TOP. You know, which is also another incredible example. You can make a lot of money and lose a lot of money quickly. But in terms of the technicals, this stock here, AGBA. Let's look at it on E-Trade. AGBA, and let's look at the 1 minute time frame here. E-Trade shows the halted levels a little bit better, and here you guys will be able to see it surges up. It surges up on a red to green. I'm not watching at it because I decided to watch CXAI instead up top on that other screen, and so I had no idea it started to curl up until it was pushing, I believe, 290. The entry for high of day came at 277. So if I'm watching at this very early, I'd be watching, you know, essentially a break of the high of day levels, 77. If I'm seeing volume coming in right here, I'm long. If I'm seeing this candle surging up with volume right down here, I'm buying. But that wasn't the case. I'm a little late. So I attempted a break of 3. And at that point, we didn't have any pullback. It was just straight up. And I'm like, man, this thing might be a little extended here. But it's moving. So I jump in at 3. It flushes down to 290. I'm like, uh-oh. Looks like I'm buying the very top, and the stock needs that break, that pause to catch itself. Maybe some selling pressure, people taking profits, and then maybe hopefully it curls back up. So I'm out, and immediately it surges back up. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, so it goes without me. And when it goes over 3, it's fast. You know, 305, 310, 315, 320. And it just goes and goes and goes. And at this point, I'm hoping, man, we really need to see a good pullback here so I can get in, right? It pushes to 25. It quickly dips to 15. Very quick dip again, like it did at 3 when it chopped me out, and right back up. And this time it rips all the way to 350. And it moved up too quickly, with it too fast, right? It went up too fast, right? So, you know, the halt levels, if a stock goes up more than a certain percentage within a 5-minute time frame, we can get halted up, right? So that's what's going to happen here. You know, we're paused for 10 minutes, and then we resume, and we know 10-minute halts usually resume significantly higher. So this goes from 354 and opens at 390. So if you're in and holding, here's an additional 40 cents of it resuming higher. Absolutely insane. And it does not dip, guys. It doesn't dip. And this is my issue. It does not dip. There's a trade I can show you guys on the archive, going over an entry I took here once it finally gave the first dip. Now, my rules about halted stocks is to not trade the third halt. This is halted up once and then twice. And for each halt higher, there is a magnitude more of risk involved. But I'm okay with the risk up until the third halt. You know, that rule of 3 for me, the third pullback, the third halts, even the third day of continuation. I want to be more careful. Sometimes I just avoid it, right? Because we're extended. Really, is why we're extended. So anyhows, let's pull that up quickly. I can show you guys that part of the archive. And let's see, do I have it here? Okay, here we go. Time frame. We're looking for 9:56 a.m. All right. Let's enlarge this. How are we? 9:52. So right about here. Let's go back. So here we go. Resumption coming up. I'm gonna get a nice trade in here. So it resumes. It resumes higher. The 200 EMA is at 508. I want to make sure that this thing is holding and can break above 508 before I get involved. So watch how I'm going to read the level 2 very nicely here. I'm watching. and I want to see it get above 5, and how well can we start to hold above that level. Watching, watching, watching. I'm in. You see that reading of the tape right there? And here I'm expecting it to then hold above the level and continue higher. So I'm in at 5. It pulls back to 490 for a split second. Okay, no big deal. Can we now get back above '08 very quickly and surge for new highs up to 550, 560? So that's what I think is going to happen. So I'm in 2,000 shares and I'm watching now for 550. I already think in my head it's going, but I still understand if it's not showing me what I want to see, I need to be back out immediately. And it's lingering here too long already. So I'm like, nope. If you guys go back and watch the other resumptions, you'll understand, especially here around the 200 EMA, why I'm selling so quickly. There's, there's a lot of risk here, and it's hard to hold a stock like this that's up this high for long, understanding that it might need a big pullback like what we just saw. So we'll look at it one more time and then we'll move on. So again, 200 EMA is at 508. We're currently at 468. Let's watch this resumption. It resumes high above the level, but is not able to hold above the level. We got a high of 536. It's fluctuating. There's 480, 78, 77. I could have potentially bought there at 80, but we're below the 200, so I'm trying not to be too aggressive here in case it just flushes down 50, 60 cents. If you can afford to lose 50 cents because you're already up $1 plus a share, then, it's no big deal. So a great trade in there that pulls us back to green. And right here, we just do not get to see it, unfortunately. And I'm back out. And then here's the flush down. Incoming. 77, 68, 29, and down to $4, guys. So that's $1 a share drop in the blink of an eye. All right. So I did mention I was going to show archive today. So that's the trade that we'll look at. And now we'll continue with the recap. So now, how did we make money on the day, right? And guys, today's Friday, so you guys know this recap is gonna go 25 minutes minimum, all right? Because we have the entire weekend to watch. So UCAR and other news. This is another stock that we lost on. Yesterday we were green $660. This one brought us back from the red, but today we just could not get a good grip on it. We got caught in a couple of the areas here. But all in all, it was decent. It was actually decent. I maybe could have done a better job. It curls up on a red to green. It's flag sideways. Nice quick flag in here. Small miniature flag. And really good green candle. This candle for the 3-bar play, a little bit of a false breakout kind of a candle, but it does hold up. And right here, hard pullback, man. Hard pullback. What I do like is that this area, and this is where you can really get the great trades, right? And at the time, I wasn't able to fully focus on this stock with my undivided attention. I was taking trades in other stocks and trying to watch too many things at once. But look at this, right? These are the entries that I love. So we have a low at 55, and watch this. Low of 56. And from 56, over a couple of minutes, this goes to a high of 860. So $1 a share, essentially. And this is why I like to take profits, because sometimes, we just don't get that new high of day. Sometimes, some other days, the stock will go like this, right, like that. And then a beautiful breakout again with a nice big green candle. But today, for whatever reason, it's back down. So not great, but yeah. So we could have done a better job on this one. We ended down at 231. So again, at this point, I was down $800 on the day. And I said, man, Relentless, we got to focus up here and we got to get something going. So again, keeping my composure, staying fine mentally, understanding that I was trading A quality opportunities, but we had a lot going on. I wasn't able to fully focus, and we did miss the front side of the strongest stock of the morning. So we were initially behind, right? We were at a deficit. So CXAI, on the other hand, let's pay attention to this one. And slow and steady, right? Bit of context, slow and steady. It's coming up, it's coming up, and we get a beautiful U shape red to green right here. It pulls back, it curls up, and nice breakout. So you guys know that I'm watching areas down here for potential entries, and can we see the break over the highs? So I was being very patient with this stock. I was trusting the price action. You know, one thing with me, man, the guys, where I'm at right now with my trading, you know, I mean, I'm really, really grateful, that I'm thankful, and I know that there's more to come, as long as I'm willing to use bigger share size. I'm using 500 shares on this stock. At one point, we're up about 600, right before our last losing trade in a flush. And I could easily afford 4 or 5 thousand shares of this stock, no problem. So there's so much room to grow when it comes to being willing to just take on the risk. But anyhow, a beautiful wedge right here, and this one was really good. It pushed up higher. We had a quick pullback, and then it ended up coming down some more. And again, just like the last stock, pay attention to how we're holding up certain key levels. All right. So we had lows at 1465, 1467, 1477, and these are all potential entries here. So we had beautiful breakouts going up, a break of high of day, a nice wedge, continuation, bottoming wicks. Now we have some more bottoming wicks, potential entries, potential entries, potential entries, and this is where I overdid it and got caught in the flush. And notice, 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth time. The third time is already dicey. The fourth time, well, then that's just too much. So sometimes those type of big red candles will come. All right. So CXAI, that's how we were able to get green, and we brought the loss from down 800 to down about 400. Now, I did miss there's a stock below $1, I believe. Let's go to recent. DXF. I missed this one after the live stream. I left out. I was downstairs, kind of just trying to take a break, eat some fruits, and I checked the Discord on my phone. I'm like, oh no, I missed this move, man. This thing did really well. Sub $1 stock from 35 to 42, and then new highs again, 62, and then all the way to 90, getting halted here and then resuming higher. I mean, just absolutely incredible. It does try to curl back up, but wasn't able to get back up there. But this was beautiful. I saw a lot of the guys did well on this one, so that was great. And lastly, HUDI, the stock that you guys have all been waiting for. I made this money in 10 minutes, from 36 to 56. I believe that's between 130 and 35, well, let's say 20 minutes, about 20 minutes. But yeah, this thing was nice. We had a nice move here, nice quick wedge, quick flag. It pushes up. We do get the nice baby pullback in here if you're a little bit more aggressive watching for that entry. Quick micro dip, right? That's what it really is. I refer to it as the baby pullback in here. So nice. And then we curl up some more, right? We pull back, and let's put on the show trades. I believe 30 is where I came, like, 1330, 130, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, so around 130 to 150, 135 area, I think. Or yeah, let's say 130, right? So about 20 minutes, really, is where we did the damage on this thing. So, it was nuts. It was just going and going, and it held up its levels well on the pullbacks. And so I was buying it high and low. And when I'm buying it high, I'm getting to sell higher. When I'm buying it low on some of these red candles, it's holding up and curling up, and I'm able to hold a little longer and then sell the position. So, if we look right here at 130, and let's zoom out a little bit more here for context, right? Let's zoom out a little bit more for context. So what's happening? We essentially had a big move up, and now we're seeing a bit of a cup. So patterns within patterns, edges within edges. For the students who've been through the course, you guys know patterns within patterns, patterns within patterns, right? So U shape, cup, flag right here, and you got to be able to identify the patterns, guys, right? And even if you want to say, even a bit of an ABCD, even, right? But small pivot, the pivot isn't really high, right? It's kind of there. It's kind of there. We can see it, right? So it's why I have this level here mapped out at 641. But mostly I'd say the cup and then small handle right here, consolidation period, and then eruption. So these are the patterns that we know and love. And again, scalping in and out for on some green candles and getting in low as well and selling into the bigger move and trading in and out and getting some nice trades, like 30-40 cent winners in this thing. This thing was just flying. So it pulls back right here. We capture this wedge, this bull flag, nicely, buying the lows, and then it pushes up again. And the beauty of this stock and myself, I was up 3,500. I'm up 32. I think throughout the entire process, I must have given back only about 600. And you guys know how it goes. Sometimes you'll make 800, you'll drop to being up only 500, and then you'll make another 5. Maybe you're down to 8, and then you make another 1,000. So I think throughout the entire thing, I only gave back about 6, and 4 was at the very end, right? So towards 50 here, I tried the pullback in this range, but it just kept going lower. And I'm like, man, I don't know, like this is too low. I didn't trust it, but it did curl back up nicely. This could have been a good trade. So we had lows of 730 and a high of 870. So this could have been good, but we didn't quite get to capitalize. Now, Relentless, being that you did so well, why did you only trade this for 20 minutes? I came back. I had one last trade on this thing at 1442. So from 1350, 1442. Sometimes, if you're not here all day and sitting here patiently, sometimes you need to get lucky with timing. And I came back and I'm watching at this thing like, man, this might want to start to move. And, this candle here might not look significant, but at the time, we were getting the first 5-minute candle to make the new high. So if we come down here, 1440. So look at this candle here at 45. You see how, can we get a better? Yeah, this is decent enough. So, we're again a bit of a, pull back here, flag consolidation, and I'm watching that we had 3 red candles in a row, and maybe the first 5-minute candle to make the new high here can turn into something. And I guess it did, but it was very slow. So I'm in here, I'm in at 810. It pushes up to 820, and immediately I see 795 on the bid. So I'm like, oh, come on. So I was up 10 cents unrealized, and it just flushes down on me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going to go buy lunch. I don't feel FOMO or anything. It would have been nice to, still be here to trade it, but I went for lunch, and of course, there's like a 20-minute wait. I went to a Popeyes. My younger siblings, they're like, hey, can we get some chicken today? So I said, okay. Being the nice guy that I am, I go to Popeyes, and for 20 pieces of chicken, there's a 20-minute wait. So there's that. Then coming back, having lunch, and of course, being the gym guy also that I am, this was a terrible day for me in terms of the food. I need to be eating healthy, but I guess it's a bit of a cheat day, right? I guess I'll have to sum it up as that because it was not healthy eating for me. But anyhow, back to the technicals. It seems like, when I was out, this gave a nice opportunity here. And I don't know if I would have done super well in this area, but this area that I have highlighted in these two white lines, this here. Oh man. Man, oh man. So on the first move up, we did well in this area and this area. So imagine, and that was from, let's say 7 to 950. This then went from, let's say 10 to 1480. I could have done better in this area. And guys, this was done with 500 share blocks, 60% of the gains. Can you believe it? And I had, for those of you watching to this point in the video, be sure, you guys can type down below tangerine, right? I have a tangerine here. Let me know who's still watching to this point, right? All the serious people who are really trying to, get there to the finish line, become profitable. Those are the serious people still watching. A lot of people, they clicked off the first 3 minutes of the video. All right. So and I'll show you guys my log, right? For those people who deserve it because you guys are still here. Let's go down, right? And by the way, let's just do today. So HUDI, we start trading it right around here, and pay attention to share size, right? 500. Okay, sometimes I'm buying twice, but again, I could afford like 10,000 shares, probably like 10,000 shares on the stock, right? So I'm only using 500 shares. It lets you know how much more aggressive I could have been. I could definitely take 10,000 shares easy on this stock. So, right now, I think for me, I feel like I don't want to force it, but I think I need to put a little bit more pressure on myself to just use a little bit more share size. There were 3 separate occasions where I told myself, RT, size up. I was conscious of it. I said, RT, size up. Go to 1,500 minimum. Go to 2K. And I don't know why, but I just could not do it. I could not do it. I went up to 1,100. But what's crazy, guys, is that I've had days where stocks were far more risky and I was willing to use far more size. A lot of different occasions. One that's coming to mind, I remember last August, $17 stock, halted up, 3,000 shares, $17 stock. That's just up and down $1 a share within like 5 seconds. I'm willing to use 3,000 shares there, but on an $8 stock, why am I not pushing that 2,500, 3,000 share size? Because if I traded these same trades, and I think I would have gotten the same fills. I think I would have definitely gotten the same fills. Let's say 2,000 size. It compounds, guys. It's not just double the winner. It's like 2.5, 3 times the winner when you double up that size. So if I was using 2,800 shares on these same trades, I think I would have been up like 9,000 on the day, 10,000, somewhere there. I mean, it's insane. And again, this would, instead of being 1,500, would be 6,000. That's the type of thing we would be seeing here, right? So it's not just double, it compounds. But yeah, a lot of you guys are good with math. You know what I'm talking about. For me, I'm not a great math guy anyways, but yeah, that'll do it for the recap. So we're ending the day up 2,800. Tomorrow, I'm going to make a video dedicated to the MMU challenge, manifesting your future. And then on Sunday, I'll do the monthly recap. I think you guys will be excited for that. And by the way, we saw Marcelo. Marcelo is such a beast, man. This guy is incredible. Go show Marcelo some love if you're not already subscribed to the channel. All right. If you don't know, Marcelo is my business partner. All right, and best friend here in the trading community. So if you don't know what he looks like, I'll show you guys a picture of him right now. I mean, you guys can see him on the screen there. But yeah, this is Marcelo right here, right? Mighty Stocks. Mighty Stocks. So be sure to check out his YouTube channel. Click on, well, type in Mighty Stocks. If you're on the course website, you can click on it right there. Right, these are our links to our channels. But yeah, Marcelo is up 37,000 on the month, guys. Today he had a red day. He's down 2.2K, I think, 2K. But I mean, such a small pullback for the level of trading that he's been trading the last couple of weeks here. I mean, really the last few years, right? But yeah, check out Marcelo, 37,000 guys in 1 month. Absolutely ridiculous. Uh, so yeah, check him out. And again, I'll see you guys tomorrow and then on Sunday for the monthly recap. It's been Relentless Trader. I am, of course, signing out.